I'm Tina,
And I'm Priscilla,
and we are.
the Sensei Sisters. Yay!
We haven't been on video the last couple of weeks because we were just being respectful of everything that's going on. And so we wanted to get back on today and just remind you what our mission is all about with Sensei Sisters. While we're all about self improvement and taking care of yourself and making sure you don't neglect yourself, we also believe that part of self growth is examining your beliefs and making sure that you are listening to others and being respectful. And I'm going to let Priscilla elaborate a little bit more on that.
Basically, what we're talking about is, we cover all the different areas of self-growth: social, emotional, spiritual, and of course, we got our H's. We got health, heart, head, holiness, and harmony. We got them. And so one of those things that's important is, if we're going to have harmony, we also have to check what's going on in our head and in our heart. And I think for me personally, lately, and I know a lot of people, things can get really difficult in trying to communicate with other people. And a lot of people have ideas, and they have decided these are their ideas, and they're sticking to them. And I think a big part of personal growth in the areas of heart and head and harmony is listening and taking time to self-examine and say, not just what could I do better, but what is in my head that I have left stuck there that maybe could be revised, and what things have influenced the way I think that maybe aren't accurate anymore, or maybe aren't applicable to the way life is anymore. Or, and I'm not saying give up your spiritual beliefs. Don't compromise on what you believe in if it's, something that's important. But if you're talking about how you treat other people, how you treat other people is more important than what you think or what you believe about people. Because if you are like us and you're a Christian and you believe that we're all God's children, then we should be treating other people with respect. And you would want people to examine themselves before they speak to you or engage with you. And you would want them to treat you with the same kind of empathy that we're supposed to have, and really consider other people's feelings. So if you're seeing people hurting, you need to consider, why are they hurting? And if they get upset with you because the way that you present yourself, maybe you should think, why are they doing that? Not, they better not get upset with me. So it's hard, and it's personal growth. And if somebody is having a rough time with, letting go of their own personal biases, give them a little break. If they're growing, let them grow. Don't shoot them down because they have to go through this process. Because when you do that, it just shuts everything down,
Yes, I think that we all have to watch what we say and how we react. I think that I've seen a lot of defensiveness on both sides, and I've been guilty. But I think also that Priscilla's right. We need to, when people are trying to make an effort, we need to let them figure it out. I also think that I was saying to Priscilla this morning that I believe that there's so much yelling going on that people need to stop yelling, because I know when a lot of people start yelling, I just shut down. And I think that's what's happening. All this yelling back and forth is making people shut down. And the people that need to be heard are the ones who are quietly speaking the truth. And so we need to all just listen and learn and grow from it, and not be afraid to change our own stance on things. It's sometimes we realize we're wrong, but we're too stubborn to change. And I think that we all need to loosen up a little bit and learn. If people that you respect are hurting, even if you don't see that hurt, you need to open yourself up to what's going on and and understand that you respect these people and let them tell you.
Mm-hmm. Or even if there's people you think you don't respect, you have to consider why.
That's true.
Why are they saying they're hurting? Because just because, or why don't you respect them?
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of the problem is these half stories that you're hearing about everything. You know, you don't get the full truth. You hear one side and you think, oh, yeah, that's true. But then you hear a completely opposite side and you say, oh, yeah, I didn't think about that. And so it's a good thing to think about if you read an article or something that you feel like is leading you to believe one way, research the other side of it and try to hear both sides, because it's interesting, some of the things that I've learned, and I know you have as well. And I think that the more respectful we can be, the better. And the more empathetic we can be, the better.
Yeah. A lot of times, sometimes, you know, people will seek a solution to something and there might not be a perfect solution. It's like what's going on right now with schools. A lot of parents are really upset legitimately about kids having to wear a mask full time, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. There are problems with that. It's not an easy fix. It's not something that you know, and there's kids with anxiety who don't want to wear a mask. There's you know, little kids are not going to keep a mask on. It's going to be a big fight for the teachers to try and get them to keep their masks on. They're going to be drooling on them. Or, I mean, I'm an adult and I drool on my mask, so I'm not saying kids have a problem that's making them drool. I'm saying, you know, you breathing out hot air, these masks are going to get sweaty and stuff. And even if they're the disposable kind, what kind of mask do they have to have? There's so many little details. But the converse of that is the parents who are freaking out about kids going there and being sensitive. We have kids at the school my daughter goes to who are on chemo. There's a lot of legitimate arguments on both sides for homeschool, don't homeschool, mask, no mask. There's no good solution, and sometimes you know, there's a happy medium somewhere that has to be met, and it's true with society as well as with something as basic as, you know, physical health.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, I agree. I don't know all the answers, and I'm sure a lot of people don't. And so we just have to, don't freak out every time somebody says something you don't agree with, you know, just kind of help work through it, especially with solutions, you know. One friend of mine wrote on Facebook the other day, here's the solution. Here's one of the solutions that I can offer. And a lot of people were saying, well, that's not going to work. And I thought, well, tell her why it's not going to work and maybe she can come up with a better solution. But yeah, definitely think that we all need to be respectful. Priscilla and I have talked about, we have our hashtags, take care of you and make yourself a priority. And we haven't been using them lately because we feel like maybe people are taking too much care of themselves and making themselves a priority, and more people need to be kind to one another. When we say make yourself a priority and take care of you, we're just meaning don't neglect yourself and make sure you take opportunities to grow. And part of that, as Priscilla has said, is to make sure you're open-minded and are willing to listen and learn about other people and their struggles. So I hope that has helped. Thank you. And we're not going to use our hashtags today. We're just going to say, I love you.
Yep, we love you.
Be good. Be kind.
Listen to people.
Bye.
Bye.